Rules are one of the most powerful features in Launch, and it allows you to determine when you want Launch to do something. To create a rule, simply click Create New Rule. First, give the rule a name. Rules are really built as if-thens. If something is true with a specific event, condition, and possible exception, then tell Launch to do something. It's really that simple. So I'm going to create a quick rule here, add an event. The core extension gives you lots of different event types, but adding other extensions will also give you additional event types. In this case, we're going to say the window load. So if a window loads, and then we'll say a specific page, so I add a condition. Again, the core extension gives you a whole bunch of conditions you can choose from. And in this case, we're going to use the path without query string, and I'll say the path includes search results. I can use regex if I want to. We click Save Change, and then I'm going to add an exception. So I'm going to exclude specific behavior. And we'll say that we'll exclude a device type here and exclude anyone who's using a desktop computer. You can add multiple instances of events, conditions, and exceptions. In this case, I have an event that's looking for window load or a specific click. I am checking for a specific browser, query string, and the amount of time on site. And I'm excluding specific device types and specific traffic sources, all without having to write a line of code. Then we tell the rule to do something. We come down here to the action, I click Add, and you'll see this is where I start to use some of those other extensions I added. In this example, I'm going to use the Adobe Analytics extension, and we'll set a variable. Each extension is going to have its own options here on the right-hand side because they're built by the extension owners. For Adobe Analytics, I'm going to use evar3 as one of the options of the variable that I'm setting, and this icon allows me to reference that data element I showed earlier. I click Save. Now when these conditions are met, Launch will set evar3 to the value of whatever is in search term. I'll also tell the Adobe Analytics extension to send a beacon, and I'll tell the Facebook extension to send the same data in a search event using that same data element. And within just a few seconds, we have a very sophisticated use case in our rule that's determining when to fire something and actually firing it to multiple solutions, Adobe and non-Adobe, with the same data. And if I need the Facebook pixel to fire first, I can simply click and drag it over and put it as the first thing to fire. To learn more about rules, click on the question mark on the upper right-hand side, come down to the General Help. Within the General Help, you'll find an entire section dedicated just on how to use rules.